Ryu.
Everyone, my name is Anthony
Wow.
Robledo, and I'm going to be doing a quick
Oh,
demo
he gets a
of,
juggle up and
build of DreamPlay.
Wow.
Game one, Sako.
So what you're viewing
Third
now
round.
is kind
I
of
like
like the
the guts
framework
there.
that we've been
So
working
walk
on
up, he
throughout
sees
the
it. Is
year.
he going to spend all bars on this? No.
Um,
Keeps two.
You know, originally we focused
almost
on
half again.
connecting
Oh.
games
That's an
to a
overhead. It's the
social
only one
network.
of those acts gets that is an
So
overhead.
we ended up
The
having
EX one,
to
yeah.
focus this
Oh,
year
he
on
almost
the
had that, but
comments
great.
we got from
Low forward from
you know,
Chris G to
talking
get him
potential
first.
customers
I like
and
those
clients
delays that Chris was
and
putting in, and here comes the low.
Should be a dizzy.
So what you're seeing
You
here,
are correct.
you go through your typical login
And it's-
process. Let me use my account. So what you're seeing here is, again, as I mentioned, is very early framework. So it's basically you'll be able to post, so you can and people can comment on your stuff. We're going to be turning this into a place where you can have hefty conversations. This is just getting the framework done. You could find people to follow. So anyone you want to follow, you can. Eventually, we'll be able, when we, what we're working on right now is we're using the APIs for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. And that's eventually going to connect, and that's going to siphon the game data. We're still determining how much data and what we're going to allow users to do. But that's something that we're adding into the platform. We're on the right side, you're also going to be able to eventually get like the latest events. So one of our customers is Red Bull, and you know they house a lot of esports events, but a lot of people don't know about it. So that's something that we're working on for people like them. So if you want to create an event, Red Bull, and is it, I don't know, 27th? Create, and eventually you'll be able to get that, and you can follow them. Eventually, they're going to have a company page. What else can you do on this? Tournaments. So you can follow certain tournaments, create new ones. Destroy. Oops, there it is. This is what I want. New tournament. Number of teams. So this is just very early, but we wanted to get the programming in there. 7. So you can pretty much set up your tournaments. Eventually, we're using arrays to capture teams. So if you wanted to find certain friends, follow them, and invite them into your team, you're eventually going to be able to do that. And eventually, you're going to be able to create leagues. So a company like the NBA eventually is going to be able to and get all their teams on board. There's 17 out of 34 currently. For the NBA 2K tournament. Sam Asfahani runs it. And the thing is, they're not sure what to do with it. So the tabs up here will eventually give you all the latest news. Eventually, players or even users can get points for posting. And it's typical, you know, you have your typical social network stuff, setting your profile, but it's going to be more game oriented. You know, in terms of what you can do. I mean, so basically, if you connect certain games to the platform, eventually you can get the resume of your favorite games. People can see kind of stats that you have, especially pulling the information from Xbox, Live and the PS network as well. There isn't a way to do Nintendo yet. We're working on that, and we are going to incorporate streaming. We do have Andrew Lithi, who created a technology that will allow you to integrate streaming and type and have the type come on as a stock ticker. We're trying to get that exclusively on DreamPlay, and we are currently in discussions with him about that right now. So for where we are, this is the framework. We really wanted to get this done and show that you can post videos. The videos will eventually be much bigger, and this is going to be way more interactive. So while you guys are judging the Canada Media Fund application, me and Brandon are going to be doing a ton of coding because we do have to get this done for Cineplex since we need this for their events starting in March, which is when we expect our first revenue. We're not very far along. A lot of the major programming for the social part was hard, but we got this completed. So now it's just setting up the core features such as the leagues and tournaments. And we do expect that to be done by mid-November. So November 15th, I expect that to be done. With or without funding, we've been working with Seneca Venture Lab, the Ontario Center of Excellence, and we're now also part of the IBM Innovation Hub. So a lot of institutions have been helping us. We have really good advisors that are guiding us through this. And we expect an investment from PS27 Ventures the end of October, November. So that's about 200, 250K, maybe more. I am heading there October 28th to November 22nd, and we're going to be spending time with them over there, talking about what's going to happen going forward. So we do plan on releasing this in Canada, both in English and French. So we are going to hire someone who's going to translate this stuff. And we expect to get more partners such as Red Bull, the NBA, Cineplex, and when we go to Florida, we're looking to get Walt Disney, AMC. So this is the early version of DreamPlay. Hopefully you don't judge it too harshly. We still have to add Bootstrap 4 to clean it up, and add Andrew's technology, and maybe even do some things with WebRTC, which is an open source streaming technology. But it's not an entire solution, but you can do a lot of things with that, and it requires it's basically based on JavaScript. For those of you who know about programming, and just want to let you know that we are different from Twitch. We are not the same thing. Twitch basically focuses on just streaming. We're focusing on actual social networks interacting with, coexisting things like Xbox and PlayStation. And we also want to use our platform and technology to allow the creation of leagues, tournaments, finding sponsors. So it's a very comprehensive solution for this market. And we also want to support the end user, who we found is like ACG, Animation Comic Gaming. So that's why you'll see a lot of that stuff. A lot of the fans and things will be using this platform, and we think it's going to do really well. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you.